Hello, we are group 7 and we had Grace and this is our SNA video. So our summary of our goals and interventions that we carried out during our session with Grace. First thing we did was working on trunk rotation, so we utilized a game where the Grace sat back to back with the therapist for some cueing, and then also we transferred blocks from the right side to the left, and then we did left to the right, and we did timed against the therapist, so a little bit of competition. She had a lot of fun with that, and then we also did to work on static and tall kneeling. We played bowling, and Grace really enjoyed that. And then lastly we worked on muscle strength, external rotators, and her glutes. Then we just utilized bridges for that. And we also did that during the human board game that we performed with her. So during every time she went a few spaces, she'd draw a card, and usually it was involving bridges, or sometimes we throw in some fun ones like doing a silly dance.
Alright. During our human board game, we tried to work on upright mobility with Grace, so we had a block with numbers on it to simulate the dice, and then when she rolled a number on the dice, if it was between 1, 2, or 3, she had to move spaces using tall kneeling. If it was 4, 5, or 6, she could use her walker to go to those spaces as they were a little bit longer distances. And we just really wanted to work on getting her upright posture with her trunk and using her lower extremities, her hip muscles as she moved. And then to facilitate her proper transfers, we had her really break down the movements as she came down from her walker to the floor to get to tall kneeling from standing. And then as she came back up during bowling, or she would take turns with her sister transitioning from tall kneeling up to sitting.
Okay, the 3 problem areas we realized were in trunk rotation, upright mobility during ambulation, and standing / tall kneeling. Also realized a problem in the weak hip abductors.
So what would we do differently next time? So with Grace, while working in tall kneel, it was noted that she would widen her base of support and hang out on her ligaments instead of using her muscles. So focusing on blocking this motion in another session would help engage her postural muscles and improve her balance. Additionally, finding an activity that would target strengthening of her abductors would benefit her, along with a more efficient activity to engage trunk rotation while maintaining an upright posture. Lastly, in future sessions, if time allows, Grace would benefit from slowing her movements and really breaking down each component of her transfers in a controlled fashion.